What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the most important NYCFC talk show. It is time for the Dudes in Blue, episode number 161. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, Joe Amato, and alongside me, as always,
Antonino. Dude, what's going on?
oh, we're going to have some fun tonight, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're going to have some fun. This is episode number 161. We appreciate you guys joining us. We are going to be opening up the phone lines in just a couple of minutes because we want to take your calls on what transpired over the last 7 days in the world of NYCFC. Dude, not an easy week to be an NYCFC fan.
Is it ever an easy week to be an NYCFC fan?
Yeah, not necessarily, but some are easier than others. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, this was I'm pretty sure we could skip right over Ants Rants tonight and just
We'll call the episode Ants Rants.
We'll call it Dudes in Fumes.
Yes, Dudes in Fuming Dudes.
Fuming Dudes.
Unbelievable. Guys, if you're watching this on the Facebook Live feed, go ahead and share this with your NYCFC friends right now. Like I said, we're gonna open up the phone lines momentarily, but we're gonna lay down some ground rules because I have a feeling some stuff's gonna get heated tonight. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Oh, I always know what you're saying, dude.
That's good. So
I know.
We're going to open up the phone lines, and we want to hear from you guys. And just no F-bombs. That's it.
Just no bombs.
That's it.
No bombs.
That's it.
Listen, if we try to keep it clean. And as much fun as it would be to start dropping bombs left and right, let's just not do it. Let's not do it.
Start putting the comments in on Facebook and let us know what you think of this disastrous week that NYCFC had. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, we're at Dudes in Blue. That's where you can get a hold of us normally. But, dude, we're going to jump into this. Are we ready to unpack this this box of turds that we were handled?
Box of turds. That's a new one.
That's what we got.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Should we open up the phone lines and see what happens?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's do it. Let me do a quick hello. Jamal saying what's going on. Felix, Andres, Los Caballeros en Azul. Christian Smith is pissed. Jimmy is depressed. Lalo is saying hola. Israel saying no colorful language at all. Basically, we can have some fun with it. You know what I mean? David is also pissed.
If you could say it on cable, you could say it here.
There you go. And Franco's in the broadcast as well, saying, I'm a golden god and my rage knows no bounds for the Always Sunny in Philadelphia fans. Dude, let's kick things off here. The phone lines are officially open. 646-535-7982. We're going to take one call at a time. And guys, we're going to keep this conversation relatively to NYCFC. So when you guys are ready, get those calls coming in. Dude, I think we got to talk briefly about the Open Cup game because I feel like that game is just going to get completely blown over based on what happened last night.
Yeah. I mean, again, this is the more difficult part of having a show on Mondays when you play midweek games and then games on the weekend. It's kind of the game becomes a little old hat and it's been spoken about, but always is good to give 2 cents on it. And I mean, where do we even start with that one? That was a crazy game pretty much from finish to finish.
It's true, dude. We got our first caller coming through. Let's jump to the phone lines here. I don't think that worked. We got Felix from the Bronx calling in right now. Felix, what's going on, buddy? Are you with us?
Hey, what's up, man? It's Felix. How's everything going, buddy?
Good. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Felix?
Hey, Antonino, you're...
Yeah.
Felix, what's on your mind, dude?
Oh man. What a rough week, gentlemen. That's all I gotta say, man. You know something? I could take the Open Cup loss during the midweek, but yesterday was just bad. With a capital B.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, pretty bad. Felix, real quick, buddy. Was it a throw-in or was it a corner?
You know something? It's kind of like that thing that was going around. Is the dress white? Is the dress blue? Or is the dress purple or pink or whatever it was? But I mean, okay, from where we were sitting out in the supporter section, I mean, I want to say it was a corner. But
right.
I'm telling you, this thing needs to become a meme. We need to start picking. Are you team corner? Or are you team throwing?
That's a good point.
But in my opinion, it had to be a corner. I'm sorry, guys. You know, these refs know the rules, man. Come on, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was totally ridiculous. Look, you got to give credit to Red Bull for Danny Royer for being able to score that fantastic goal, but when nobody's really defending it because they're waiting for the corner kick to be taken, I guess it's a little easier.
Exactly. I mean, okay, and I get it. Look, man, let's play to the whistle, right?
But there was no whistle, dude.
Exactly. That's the whole point. There was no whistle. There was no way of saying, hey, listen, maybe we should stop playing. That's what the whistle's for. Was it blown? Hey, listen, man, it wasn't. It got so frustrating after that, you know?
Yeah, it definitely did, man. Just real quick before we let you jump, Open Cup quarterfinal, man. Are you disappointed with the way things turned out, or are you kind of just okay with it?
I mean, I'm not okay with it just because of what happened after the match. I know there's been a lot of talk about how Orlando City fans, you know, started attacking our fans. One of our club employees, was attacked as well. I really don't condone that. I'm sorry. I'm in that camp where, you know, that stuff has no place in the game. As far as the elimination overall, I'm not too mad about that. You know something? It's, you know, I would rather us, you know, go up in the standings. And as far as MLS goes, I definitely want to see us beat the Red Bulls. But a loss is a loss is a loss, and it's going to hurt either way, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And 3 in a row is where we're at right now, and it's a little bit of a downward trend, which is a little scary. But again, I don't think I could be too upset either. I mean, look, you got the answer back that you wanted. You got a goal last minute, you know, dying moments of the match. You were able to drag it into penalties, and you know what? At that point, it's anyone's game.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed with Ring and Chanel with their penalties. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm a proponent of picking a corner and burying it. Don't even give the keeper a chance. And if you look at it was almost identical. They almost stepped back the same exact distance, and it was a quick run up, and they put the ball in the same exact spot. So I'm a little disappointed there, but overall, I mean, a good showing. Again, a ball, you know, a couple inches, a foot or two this way or that way, and you know, we could be talking about a different, you know, our next Open Cup match. But again, from never being able to win one to being able to go as far as we did, you know, it's progress. It's nice to see.
Yeah.
Not only that, but with the injuries that we've had, with the amount of games that we've played, to go deeper, you know, to go deeper than I honestly thought that we were going to go. Again, you're never okay with being eliminated from a tournament, but this is one of those that, you know what, it's probably for the best.
Yeah, well, especially.
Yeah, I mean, now we can just work our way back up, you know.
That's right. Felix, we got to jump, man, but we appreciate the call as always, and we'll catch you next time.
Always a pleasure, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
That was Felix from the Bronx. We're ready to take another call if you guys are ready to jump in on the conversation. 646-535-7982. Yeah, dude, it was difficult. You know, it was difficult to watch, you know, after coming off of a loss at home to Portland, and then you got to go down to Orlando in the heat, and you got to play not only 120 minutes, but you got to go to PKs, and then you got another game 4 days later. It's a lot, man. And it showed in the second half of that Red Bull game last night. We got another call coming in, dude. Let's jump in. We got a call coming in. You're on the phone with the dudes in blue. Who is this, and where are you calling from?
This is Frank Escartello, and I'm calling from 20 minutes from your house.
Hey, Francanino.
What's up, buddy?
All right,
What's going on?
Are you on Team Corner or Team Throw-In?
I'm on Team The Corner's Blue, or the dress is a corner. I don't know. I was listening, you know, and some things got mixed up. I'm on Team It Was a Corner, and I'm so confused that I've never seen that before in my life.
I think everybody was confused. I don't think anybody knew what the heck was going on. except for the Red Bulls.
He pointed at the flag with his other hand. He was so confident he used both limbs available.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save it for when we really dive in, because there's so much meat and potatoes in this match that needs to be spoken about. But it's difficult. It's difficult to take that. It really is. It's one thing to lose a game where both teams compete 100% and you get a great match like you had in the first half. But to have a great game overshadowed by referees once again taking the headlines away, it's disappointing.
It's a joke. And my biggest issue with this is mainly the fact that it directly impacted the outcome of the match. So
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with Mike Ander from Blue City Radio earlier today. He called me because he needed to just kind of unpack this absolute mess that happened last night. And there was a lot that was talked about in our conversation. We'll probably get to it a little bit more later on. But if Red Bull had scored another goal, then fine. Or if we scored another goal and tied it up, totally fine. But because it determined the outcome of the match directly, and there's no recourse for this, it's an atrocity. It's an atrocity to soccer. It's an atrocity to referees, which is not that difficult, not that hard of a thing to do. And it's a disappointment. And it had to happen against Red Bull. Like, it's just everything. How much crap could we have piled on to this crap cake that became that damn game? Frank, you still with us?
This is bad for the league, because there's not much about MLS that outside people who don't follow care about. But when they see something like this that will go on their radar, from Reddit, from Twitter, it really makes the league look like a joke. And it's bad for both teams involved. It's bad for the league. It's really bad for us because we lost because of it. But it's really painful to see, because it makes it look like a Mickey Mouse operation. You know what I mean? Like, it makes it look like a high school league.
Yeah. I agree. It definitely does the league no favors.
Not a good look.
Especially when you have players week after week, it seems, like the past 3 or 4 weeks, you've got a bunch of different guys calling out refs. And at some point there's no repercussions when it comes to this. There really is. At least make the guys accountable and make them speak after the games. Make them available, make them human. If they make mistakes, that's fine. But at least own up to it, because, I mean, what they did after this game was really shady, and really just hiding behind that officials wall that
yeah, exactly.
all the sports leagues seem to have.
Exactly. Frank, I'm gonna cut you off. I'm gonna get another call coming in. All right.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, we got the phone lines open, 646-535-7982. Yes, it's we need them to be more human. I'm sorry, there were some calls coming through on our last call, so get those back in. We're going to get to as many of them as we can. Dude, this is like what it's about right here. It's bringing the community together to talk about how pissed off we are.
That's it. This is it. We should only open the phone lines when we're aggravated.
That's right.
It's like, thanks for calling Dudes in Blue. What's your problem?
That's right. Listen, we got a call coming in. Let's see what we got here. Hey, what's going on? You're on with the Dudes in Blue. Give us your name. Where are you from?
It's Christian, guys. I'm based in Jersey tonight.
Christian, what's up, dude?
Christian, behind the lines.
A whole bunch of crap.
So what's on your mind after this this crazy week of NYCFC? Just disasters.
I mean, 120 minutes midweek, nothing to show for it. Derby game where we get completely screwed by a call that I still don't know what it was, because I actually wrote an article on it today, and I was like going through it. And I from when I initially watched it, I thought it was for sure a throw-in, and when he signaled for a corner, I was kind of confused. But actually watching it back, I'm not too sure. So now I'm even more frustrated. I'm like, how could they just come to this conclusion so quickly and just let them play? It's literally messing with me.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the head referee says, they came over afterwards and discussed it, If you overturned the call, what are you discussing? You should have agreed on it, and the call was the call. But he was, 30 yards away. I don't know how he had the angle on it and made the call. It's just ridiculous. Listen, a mistake is a mistake. Whether it was a throw-in or a corner is not the point. It's the fact that the signal was made for a corner.
Twice.
That was the signal that was made, and then the head referee made no attempt to let anyone know. He said he did it verbally. I'm sorry, you cannot tell everyone 30 yards away from you verbally that it's a throw-in. I think the ball went up. I think the ball went up, and I think it was I mean, from our angle on the television, definitely looked like a throw-in to me. And I think on the field, the teams are just so used to the ball doing that they get ready and they go. But when the referee's pointing for it, and you have a player in Callens that's right there, that's right in front of the flag, right in front of the linesman, pointing to the corner, and then turning around and jogging, you're giving that message to all your teammates that, hey, it's a corner. I guess that's what they called. And then you end up with an outcome like this. The whole thing reeks of cover up, in my opinion. And there's to tell me there's no way to fix it is absolutely ridiculous.
Christian, were you in the locker room post match?
No, I was not in the locker room post match. Unfortunately, I was home because my grandfather just got off of surgery, so I've been hanging out with him for a little bit, taking care of him, showing him the sport and everything like that. And I figured, what better game to show him the sport than this one.
Oh, there you go. That's a great way to start. Well, so again, like I had mentioned earlier, I was on the phone with Mike over at Blue City. I didn't go to the game. Mike was in the locker room afterwards, and this was one of the first times that Mike had said that the media team, the NYCFC media team, was trying to work with the media to this extent, to the point where, so you know how the players and the club gets different angles on the game, video feeds. They get the broadcast, but they get multiple angles, and the angles were shown to the media inside the locker room yesterday after the match, and from what I'm hearing, Alan Kelly was probably, like you said, dude, about 30 yards out. And according to what he told Dylan Butler, he had the best angle on it, which is, I'm sorry, your assistant referee, who's literally at the corner where the ball goes out, has the best angle. And then not for nothing else, but there was no whistle blown. There's no whistle blown. And Alan Kelly said something to the effect of, there does not need to be a whistle blown if the call is being changed.
See, I disagree with that completely. Usually it's common courtesy for the referee to, just blow a quick whistle, not like a dead, prolonged whistle, but just a quick whistle. Hey, no, you got to go over there, not there. We saw it earlier in the game when Michael Murillo tried to throw it in quickly, and he's like, no, even though he's in the right spot. We saw it earlier in that game too. And also, I don't even buy that he verbally communicated it, because I've watched every angle I possibly could that was given on the TV feed. He doesn't make a hand signal. He's way out of sequence. He says he verbally made the call. A soccer pitch is too big for everybody on the field to possibly hear a verbal indicator. That's why we have hand signals. Why even have them then if there's no whistle or no hand signal has to be made? It makes no sense. I think it spits on the integrity of the game, much more so the integrity of the organization pro. It's so inconsistent. Honestly, I don't even believe he actually communicated verbally as well, because he went over to Rockwell after Sean, John, Maxey, and Keaton confronted him about it, and then had about a 15-second conversation with him before blowing his whistle and confirming it was a goal. I think he's just covering someone's ass, pardon my French.
No, that's all right. Listen, let me ask you a question. So when the ball goes into touch, right? We see this happen all the time. When the ball goes into touch and a team grabs it to throw it in, but the wrong team grabs it to throw it in, what does the referee do?
Blow his whistle.
He blows the whistle, right, dude?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Where the hell is the whistle? And look, from what I was told, Alan Kelly is not making any kind of hand gestures, not going to his whistle. He's not doing anything when that play goes dead right before they throw the ball in. And I'm sorry, but here's the other thing, and I want to get to why VAR wasn't used, maybe in another call. But I forget who was the Red Bull player that threw the ball in.
It was Alex Boyle?
It was Muil. It was Muil.
All right, whatever, whoever it was. If it was Muil, let's just say it was Muil. Alex Muil was right near Rockwell when he's pointing to the corner and goes to his left and throws the ball in. In what universe does your assistant referee make a call in one direction and the ball decides to go in another because the player decided that?
Yeah, well, by looking at the replay, I don't think Muil actually knew what it was. I think he assumed it was a throw-in because of the way Collins kicked it out. He never even looks at Rockwell. He was going to throw it in, and then I was assuming that the referee would blow a whistle and say, no, it's a corner kick because the assistant referee, who has the better angle, by the way, says it was a corner. And but I think we're expecting too much sense from an organization like Pro, who have shown on multiple occasions that they just so arbitrarily apply the rules, and even soccer etiquette. We're not forget rules. It's just an etiquette thing. Hey, it's not a corner. It's a throw-in. Stay frosty. Blow a whistle really quick.
Or if it is a corner, Alan Kelly points to the corner. He either points for a throw or points for a corner. There was nothing there. Christian, man, we're going to let you jump, man, but thanks so much for the call.
No problem, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right.
No, anytime.
Dude.
So listen, let's get into the first half and the second half. Let's get into the game a little bit, and then I'll give my 2 cents on the whole situation. Because it really is a sticky situation, but there is a lot more going on in this game than just that call. And it would behoove us to kind of go over everything. So, as far as first halves go, I in no way, shape, or form expected us to come out like that. I really didn't. I thought you were going to see a team try to hold the ball, try to eat time, try to play conservatively. And then all of a sudden, you see the Red Bull play sloppy, not connecting passes, not getting the ball out of their end,
very sloppy,
forcing turnovers, which we're not typical to seeing. When that happens, you got to capitalize, and fortunately for us, we had a lot of chances to do so. Product of that was the goal from Hebert from Tinnerholm. Just fantastic run of play. Shows you how dangerous you can be when you implement the counterattack, which at times I feel like we don't really do. Fast build up, 1 to 3 touch max passes. It's really something to watch. We've gotten a lot of opportunity that way the last couple of games, and in the winning, in the lossless streak, up to this point, up before Wednesday, before Sunday actually. There's no doubt that the penalty at the end of the first half kind of sucked some of the life out of the team.
Oh, dude, I knew when they made that call, that changed the game. The game. It gave Red Bulls hope that they did not have. They did not have it in the first half.
They didn't deserve. They did, based on the way both teams played. The NYCFC definitely deserved to be on top at the first half. That's just the way it goes. You have a really poor giveaway by Mata, who, I'm sorry, the last 3 games has not been good.
Not great.
I'm sorry, he's not been good. His with the ball, defensively, not terrible. Offensively, dude's been a turnover machine. And
not tracking back as quickly as he should to recover it.
No, but he left Chanot out to dry pretty much on that play. And again, on the PK call, I would have liked to see the reverse angle, the head on from behind the net, and see where he made contact and see if there was any embellishment at that point. But again, I'm not too upset about it, because anytime you get a boot up that high on somebody, it's a dangerous play, and it's going to get called most of the time. So, I was at bay with that, but just after that, you kind of knew something was going to change, and you knew that if you give this team a little bit of life, they're going to come back and they're going to bite you. And it ended up showing that way in the second half, because we did not have a good second half at all up to ThrowInGate or Cornergate.
Cornergate.
It's just really two totally different halves of football. You're right, though, too. The minutes played and the lack of fitness and the lack of
the second half was a complete buildup of 6 matches in a little over 2 weeks.
But that's what momentum can do for you. Momentum can help you in those ways where if they don't score in the first half and we go in 1-0
very different look
at the whistle, you can kind of ride that momentum and get a little bit more energy that way. But once it's pretty much sucked out, it's difficult to get it back. So, but for me, I think the Gomez pulling of Mata at half, I thought he was injured, to be honest with you, because he looked like he came up limping a little bit. I think it was before.
I think he was just pissed. No, it was at the half. It was right at the half.
Yeah, well, but he came up. It looked like he tweaked something at some point. But
no kidding.
Honestly, I mean, I'm just gonna pull up his stats because I screenshotted them.
While you're doing that, dude, Danny Royer's the Cornergate goal happened in the 60th minute. We had a half an hour to answer back, and we had nothing. If you thought that the PK took the wind out of our sails at the end of the first half, that the Cornergate goal certainly was the final nail in the coffin for this club. I mean, we mustered up a couple of half chances here and there, but nothing really threatening at all in the Red Bulls third.
Yeah.
After that happened.
Just going back to Mata before I get my on that. He had 5 unsuccessful passes in the opposing half, 3 unsuccessful passes in his own half, take on lost 2, 6 unsuccessful long passes, 2 unsuccessful crosses in one half. That's not good. That's really not good. So again,
for a wingback.
Yeah, I mean,
for anybody.
Especially when you're trying to play diagonally. Like we were, because that was what Red Bull was letting us do, and we were capitalizing. You've got to be solid, and then you go into this. Listen, we didn't have any juice. We really didn't, and they were all over us. And then you get to you're right. You had a half hour to do something, and this team made the biggest mistake of all, letting their emotions dictate how they play the rest of the game. And you could see they were always chasing it. They totally abandoned game plan. The possession game plan was out the window at that point. It was just
long balls that are not getting made.
Yeah, this team totally forgot how to play over the top, which is beyond me. So again, the corner for me is it's a moment. It's a bad moment in a game, and did it directly affect the outcome? Absolutely. But you can't let the team off the hook for not being able to bury multiple chances in the first half and letting their emotions get the best of them in the second half and not being able to perform. Again, effort 100% there, but at the same time, you gotta take you have to look at both sides of the equation here and realize that there's no way just that call lost us the game, because you're in a half hour you could score a goal, you could score 2 goals, you could score 3, you could score a lot of goals, but it's just the way it was the way we reacted. The call out of our control, but the things that we could control, like our play afterwards and controlling of the emotions, that's what we didn't do. So it's totally fair. There's people on social media all over the place that it's one way or the other. That the team, they should have played well. Yeah, well, you know what? They're a little deflated, and I understand that. But I understand the point that you could have played much better for the last half hour. And you get people that the call was it, end all be all. Listen, there's bad calls all the time, and you see teams overcome. And unfortunately, you don't think anything of it because you get the result you want. But when it affects the game as it did, you get situations like this. So I don't think the team should be let off the hook as much as the referee shouldn't be let off the hook at this point.
I put a lot more weight in the referee's call in this match because of the way the scoreline finished.
Yeah,
I can't stress that enough. I know we couldn't muster up chances, but dude, even if we leave that game 1-1 after the stretch of games we had, after 120 minutes on Wednesday night, I am fine with a 1-1 draw coming out of Red Bull Arena. I am not fine with dropping all 3 points because some Norman Rockwell decided to paint a bad picture. Come on.
My goodness. No,
if it was not for the scoreline, the referee determined the outcome of the match. The referees completely determined the outcome of the match. I understand that we could have answered. We could have answered back. We totally could have. But you want to know something, dude? That call affected us more than the PK did.
Right, but we also that's the thing did it affect you or did it affect how you reacted to it?
Felix on Facebook is saying, Furcus. I think it's a good time to throw this up.
Do it.
Yeah. There you go. The team lost their Furcus, dude. They lost their Furcus.
Listen, there's no – in the first half, the second half does not excuse the missed chances in the first half. You could have been up 3-0 at that point.
I think Christian on Facebook might have made a comment about Tati. So Tati didn't have a great game.
But he still had a couple scores.
Yeah, he had his chances, but I think he was sloppy on the ball in the final third, dude. He was sloppy on the ball around the box, and that's for a it doesn't happen. When Red Bull's it does a great job of shutting teams down on the ball quickly, and if you cannot do something quickly, they're gonna pounce on you. It's just what happened. I think they threw him off his game again, probably freaking exhausted.
Sure.
But again, this is a game that you gotta steal away. You gotta steal something from it, and it was stolen from us. We were on the bad end of that match. And it wasn't entirely under our control. If we got blown out 4-1, I'm all over NYCFC. We lost 2-1 on a goal that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah. Listen, there's a lot.
It ain't right.
There's a lot. There's plenty of blame to go around, and I'm gonna give it like 85-15 in this case.
That's
because
fair.
Again,
That's fair.
I want to see this team be able to have this happen to them. And then come back and smash their faces in. Come back,
but now
and show resilience instead of being these. Oh, the referee made a bad call, and you know what? It's his fault. Well, it is his fault for the bad call, but I mean, he didn't really stop you from not putting the ball in the net in the first half, where you could have been up by 3. Or, he didn't stop you from playing poorly. It's how they chose to react to it, which is why I'm saying that it's not solely the referee's responsibility. Again, and the call. I mean, listen, I don't know what the hell it was, whether it was a corner or whether it was a throw-in. The signal was made for a corner, and that's what I would be going for. I'd be pointing it out like the players did. But as far as blowing a whistle goes, I think blowing a whistle is at the referee's discretion. I don't think it's in the rule book where you have to blow a whistle, because you don't blow a whistle on a corner kick, and you don't blow a whistle when the ball goes out of bounds. You really blow it for fouls, and then the referee kind of blows it when he sees something and he wants attention.
Oh, dude, he blew it all right. He blew it.
Yeah, exactly.
He blew it.
So again, I know it's not a written rule, but it is like it's a courtesy thing. It's listen, something's not right, and I think honestly, these guys were just caught sleeping. I think he was caught sleeping, and he said, "You know what? I'm gonna go with what happened, because if I reverse this, I might have egg on my face." And he's got egg on his face either way. So
not gonna win. We'll open up the phone line again for another call. 646-535-7982 if you want to get on live with the dudes in blue. Dude, we established that rhyme last week when I was flying solo. That was a lot of fun. So if you've got something on your mind about this or Cornergate or the Hudson River Derby or whatever, 646-535-7982. We've had some great calls tonight so far. We really appreciate you guys spending some time with us. Dude, dude of the week. Look, we got to pick a dude of the week here, because
who?
Here's what I will say. Sean Johnson made a couple of hell of a save. Hells of a save. Saves. He made a lot of freaking saves.
Listen, that first one he made where he dove to the left and got his full hand on it was fantastic.
It's the Stephen Fry save.
is just fantastic.
It's just the Stephen Fry save from the MLS Cup, Seattle versus Toronto, where Josie Altidore, that looping header towards the back post, Stephen Fry outstretches that left hand and grabs it. Amazing.
Unbelievable. The athleticism. That's where keepers these days are the athleticism on that. I mean, Sean Johnson is not a small dude. I mean, he's built like a football player. Like
but 24
American
feet's still a lot of ground to cover, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And just not even fingertips. Like he
palmed it.
Palmed it. He was like, no. Yeah. Again, he had a great game. I want to props to Brad Stuber for filling in because he's a really solid backup keeper, making a stop on PKs, which is never an easy thing to do. And making I don't think I've ever seen a keeper make as many saves with his legs as I did him.
It's like a hockey goalie.
Games he played. Yeah, he's like a hockey goalie. But I think Maxi. I just think Maxi's been otherworldly for us. I mean, that first half he was all over the place.
It's hard for me, dude, with this week that we had.
This week is tough to give it to anybody, but
I got a couple of nods in the Facebook comments here for the traveling supporters that had to trek all the way to New Jersey.
I'll tell you what, though, they throw a hell of a tailgate. They throw a hell of a tailgate. Shout out to Lalo, dude. I don't know if you've seen some of the stuff on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, but my man can cook. My man can cook. If I could cook like him, I think I'd be dead by now. I would be 600 pounds.
Really?
He's fantastic.
Lalo's a chef. Lalo, is this true?
Just feeding. He's actually he cooks for NYCFC.
Lalo, get on the phone with us, dude. 646-535-7982. I want to talk to you about your cooking skills. Yeah, it's Felix is saying props to Lalo for the burgers. Yeah, everybody's commenting about Lalo's cooking. That's awesome. See? That's awesome. Does Lalo get the dude of the week?
I am down for that. That's fantastic.
Oh, that's really, really funny. Who are we giving it to? I mean, honestly, like this is
at this point I'm just like whatever.
I know, it's so bad.
I'm not aggravated. I wasn't aggravated this morning. I woke up and I was like, all right, it's gonna be okay.
We're gonna get through this.
Gotta make it to 8 o'clock.
That's funny. That's really funny. Is Lalo getting the two?
I'm giving it to Lalo. I'm serving it to Lalo.
That's amazing.
On a sesame seed bun.
All right. Lalo's getting dude of the week. I will say, I got to get to this comment here, dude, on Facebook. Israel is saying that dude of the week should go to Luis Robles for admitting to me and a couple of NYCFC fans in Section 119 that NYCFC got screwed. Israel, if you can get on the phone with us, I want to hear what happened. 646-535-7982. I'm not giving it to Luis Robles.
Listen, whatever Luis Robles says, he's a dick. I don't give a rat's ass what that man says.
He's the same guy that said that's the price you pay for sitting in the front row when Kaku decided to give a man brain damage with a ball.
Yeah. See? Dick. There you go.
It is what it is. It is what it is. We do have time for one more call, so if you want to get it on the line, 646-535-7982. Yeah, very frustrating week, dude. Very frustrating.
And listen, I think we can't go on without talking about the emotion getting in the way. Now you've lost Ring for Saturday.
And Chanel, I believe.
You've lost Chanel for Saturday. So props to Maxime Chanel for juking everybody out in the middle of the field.
And you know what, dude? He pulled off the Alex Collins. He got to the halfway line and was like, oh, crap.
I'm not supposed to be over here.
It's like, what am I doing in the center circle? I don't belong here.
Yeah. But now listen. Now you're going to Chicago, Colorado.
Dude. Chicago would have probably been an easier trip.
Yeah, you're playing at altitude, which is never fun.
Against Jonathan Lewis, that scored the equalizer over the weekend.
Yeah, but his attitude stinks. Yeah, well, there's a lot of players' attitude stinks, and they can still put the ball in the back of the net. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Again, you're going to have a depleted roster. You hope that
I don't think we're going to see Matrica. I don't know about Tajiri Shradi.
You might see Sands. I think Sands was slated to come back the 20th,
Yeah.
be available. We also got to talk about Gary Three Names.
Gary Tree Names. Gary Mackay-Stevens.
Gary Mackay-Stevens. And I'm pretty sure the pronunciation is Gary Mackay. Steven Mackay.
I don't really care, dude. It's Gary Tree Names.
It's Gary. Listen. If the dude ends up scoring like 5 goals in the next 10 games, I'm getting a jersey with Gary Three Names on the back.
All I want him is to score 3, because then we could call him Gary Tree Goals.
Listen. Good footwork. Almost set up.
Had a chance.
What was almost the set up a bear with almost the equalizer there.
But dude, here's another thing too, and I don't want to be crapping on Dome here as much as I'd love to do that. But 84th minute.
Yeah, but you gotta remember though, the guy's probably not match fit. And the substitution is something to talk about too.
Come on, Jesus Medina, you put it on the 80th in the 80th. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, listen, when you've got
they're putting on BWP, and we got Jesus Medina.
Listen, is that Dome's fault or is that City Football Group's fault for giving him a contract?
Oh my God!
Listen, I could spend hours talking about how much Medina's horrible, and where he can go kick rocks.
But he scored a goal in the Open Cup, dude, and he tapped in a goal in the league play.
Yeah, that Open Cup game that he scored a goal, and he also missed 4 wide open chances. Like 1 out of 4 is 250. You ain't cutting it, baby. You ain't cutting it.
Unbelievable. By the way, while you're finishing up that point, we got time, like I said, for one more call if you want to jump on the line. 646
get on the line
535-7982, because we're going to wrap this show up. And if you've got something on your mind, we want to hear about it.
I just think we need to take one game at a time at this point and stop the schneid, so to speak. Not like Colorado's unbeatable, but you should never take your opponent lightly. But with the roster the way it is, and you hope Gary Three Names is a little bit more match ready to play. Dude looks like he's got quality, so we'll see what happens there. But I'm looking forward to the weekend and getting back on track, because God knows our summers have been horrible. Our summers after from middle of July until like September, we just have been absolute dog crap. It's been 2 seasons in a row, and now I think we really need to almost at this point, I'm almost okay with them losing a few games if they're going to show up and be world beaters in August and September at this point, because
it's hard, man.
You got to go in hot. You You can't slide in. But right now, listen, it's
we talk about the same thing every summer.
Yeah,
I feel like it's the same crap every single summer.
It's a shame,
dude. We got one more call coming in just in the nick of time. Let's grab it.
Do it.
Hey, what's up? You're on with the Dudes in Blue. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hey, dudes, it's Amanda from Michigan.
Amanda, what's up?
What's up?
Hi, not a whole lot. I thought I'd get on this one more time.
So what's on your mind before we wrap the show up?
Yeah, I want to quickly say that I am getting really nervous about our track record going into August. I feel like August is typically the time of the season where we tank anyway. And if anyone recalls my track record of attendance in games, it's not good, and I'm planning on going to Cincinnati, so I'm getting nervous.
So what do we got to do to ground that plane, Amanda?
Just cancel the plans.
That's it.
Listen, you picked a good opponent. You picked a good opponent because, I mean, if it's anything like last game, I don't see how you can lose that one. But
I really hope not.
It's tough. It's tough. I don't know what it is about the summer months, late summer. It has not been kind to us, and it's almost like you forget how to play. It's like you use up all the good energy in the first couple months, and all of a sudden it just vanishes, and then you're stuck trying to repiece things together when it comes to playoff time. And just good teams, you can't do that. You got to be coming in hot, and even if you come in towards the bottom of the table, or lower seeded playoff spot, if you're hot, you could take over anyone. And that's usually the case. Usually you'll see teams that they'll go from like first to third, and they'll lose a couple games at the end, and all of a sudden they'll just wonder what to do with themselves when they're playing against a 4 or 5 seed that climbed their way through the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season. So I hope that if we're gonna hit the kink, we're gonna hit it now and to make it short and break it up really quickly, and then start winning some games in late summer, because without doing that, this team has proven to me that it just hasn't learned anything over the last 2 seasons.
I gotta say,
oh yeah,
looking at the schedule, there are 7 matches in August and 6 matches in September. We are jam-packed. Now look, if we had honestly, and this is kind of why I was saying before that the Open Cup loss was kind of a blessing in disguise. That would have been our 8th game in August. That semifinal.
Yeah. Well,
that is brutal.
A lot of fun to watch, not a lot of fun to play.
No. And I guess I'm at the point, I mean, the Open Cup is obviously done and over with, so we're going to move on to bigger and better things and either, like, somehow get the Supporter Shield and or the Cup. Like, we're just going to shut them all up.
Amanda, were you in Orlando?
I went to the opener down in Orlando, but not the Open Cup.
Okay, got you. What was your most recent game?
Chicago. No, Columbus, because I went to back-to-back weekends.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ooh, do I have a minute for a story about Columbus?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I go to Columbus, and there's maybe 8 supporters there total for NYCFC.
I thought you were going to say for Columbus.
Which very well could have been the same story. I got there way early and went around the stadium because I had never been on the opposite side of the stadium, since you always get escorted in and out. But since there was no one there was no escort. And so I buddied up with this ticketing agent guy, like the ticket checker at the top of the section where the tunnel is, where the players come out. And I asked him, I was like, can I go down there and just like high-five the guys as they come out to warm up? And he's like, well, I can't let you down right now, but if you come down at the end of the game and there's some empty seats with like 10 minutes left in the game, sure, I'll let you down. We usually do that for anybody anyway. And I was like, cool, thanks. So I go back at like 10 minutes left in the game, and I go down to the 4th row. I have an amazing view of Tati's equalizer that just burned Stefan. And it just took me by surprise. So I just made this weird noise. And immediately all of the Columbus fans were like, what is she doing here? She didn't pay for that seat. Get her out. And long story short, I got escorted out of the section, even though I told them I would not be quiet, or I would stay quiet, and I didn't want to offend anybody. Just wanted to see the team as they come in. But they were so upset over that goal that they had me escorted out of the section, and I hate Columbus
almost as if you scored it.
I know, yeah. I just completely ruined their parade.
That's great. That's great. Good story.
Fantastic.
Gotta love it. Amanda, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate the call.
Yep. No problem. Have a good night, guys.
All right, you too.
You too.
Great call. Good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks
really,
to all the callers tonight. That was fun.
Yeah. A lot of input tonight. It's fantastic. It's just nice. It fills up the show a little bit in a different way, where you kind of you get a little more personal with people, which is nice.
I like hearing the opinions. I like hearing reactions. It was a lot more subdued than I thought it was going to be after what happened last night.
Yeah, absolutely.
But maybe we'll have more stuff to get mad at next week.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
There's a damn good chance. Listen, this has been episode number 161. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for spending time with us. If you're watching on the Facebook Live feed, or if you're listening on the pod, we love you. Thank you so much for all the calls. Dude, we're going to do this. We got to do that again next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I am down for that. And hopefully we'll have a bunch of different stuff to talk about again. Hopefully good. I think good is good. But bad is better sometimes when it comes to stuff like this. So
sometimes gives us more fodder for the show. It's just like.
I will say, people absolutely. I've checked the numbers, and after a big loss or something crazy happening in a negative way, people flock to us like seagulls.
Like a flock of seagulls.
Flock of seagulls. Good band. There you go.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's. Looking forward to next week and looking forward to expanding on this format. Dudes in Blue, ever innovating the podcast world.
There you go. There you go. We'll be back for episode 162 next week. But until then, stay blue, guys. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, we're at Dudes in Blue. Leave us a review on Facebook and or Apple Podcasts if that's where you're listening to us. We really appreciate it. And like I said, until next time, guys, stay blue.
Stay blue.